Stampers, this is Dawn, and today we're going to make this diorama Halloween box. Isn't it cute? So it folds flat, and we're also going to make the matching envelope to go with this card, okay? So let's go ahead and get started. So here are the three pieces we're going to use for the cardstock. You're going to need a piece of basic black and a piece of whisper white. These are both cut at 3 by 8.5. And then I'm using for the centerpiece the pumpkin pie, which is cut at 3 by 6.5. And we're going to go ahead and grab our paper trimmer. Okay, so for the black piece and the whisper white piece, we're going to score along the 8.5 inch side, and we're going to score both ends at 2 inches. Okay, then the pumpkin pie piece, we're going to score along the 6.5 inch side, and we're going to score both ends at 1 inch. I'm using the right hand side of my trimmer. So 1 inch on that end and 1 inch on this end. Okay, so that's all the scoring. Okay, so now I'm going to go ahead and fold the score lines. Okay, so we're going to use 2 punches today for the diorama box. We're going to use the 1.5 inch circle punch, and then also the 1 3/4 circle punch. We're going to use the 1 3/4 circle punch first on the basic black piece. We're going to slide in the punch all the way, and we're going to line this up along the edge of the score line. And you're just going to go ahead and punch that out. Then slide it over to the other side, making sure that lines up with the score line. Punch that, and then we're going to go ahead and punch the center just like that. Okay, so this is going to be your front window of your diorama box. Now we're going to take the pumpkin pie piece. We're going to take the 1.5 inch circle punch and do the same thing. We're going to slide it all the way in using this as a guide. Slide it all the way over here and then punch the center. Just like that. Okay, now we're going to take our pencil and the back piece, which is the whisper white, we're going to take the pumpkin pie piece, lining up our score lines so they match. We're going to draw just a guide with our pencil on where we're going to stamp our greeting on the inside of our diorama box. Okay, so that's just a guide. We're going to erase that after we stamp. So let's go ahead and do some stamping. We're going to use the Memento ink, and I'm using all 3 of the Halloween stamp sets that are in the holiday catalog right now. So we're using the Cauldron Bubble, we're going to use the Happy Halloween, and then also the Trick or Treat, and then also this cluster of stars right here. Then we're also using the Spooky Sweets stamp set. We're going to stamp the bats. And this also comes with the Spooky Bat Punch in a bundle, when you can save 10% when you buy them both together. So we're going to use both of those. And then we're using the Trick or Treat stamp set. And I went ahead already and colored and cut out all 4 of the little critters there. All right, so we're going to go ahead and stamp our Happy Halloween. Got that on a block here. We're going to stamp this in the center of our guide. Hopefully I can center it. Yeah, looks pretty good. Then we're going to take our little cluster of stars. Just randomly stamp the stars around the Happy Halloween. And then I'm going to show you how to line up the bat punch. So this is the bat from the Spooky Sweet stamp set. Let me grab some extra whisper white since we got the Memento ink out. So you'll see how the punch punches the bats upside down. So you want to make sure when you're stamping your bats that you're going to also stamp them upside down. Okay, so you're going to ink it up. Remember, we're going to stamp the bats upside down. Okay, and then you're going to take your bat punch, and it should line up perfectly, which it does. Just like that. And you just go ahead and punch those out. Okay. Okay, so now we're going to go ahead and stamp the Trick or Treat. So little. That's all the stamping. We're going to grab our 1 inch circle punch. Punch that out. Okay, then we're going to take our pumpkin pie, and we're going to use the 1 1/8 scallop circle punch. punch that out. We're going to layer these two together. So let's go ahead and do that. Okay. Now we're going to erase our pencil line. Okay, so there's the inside or the back side of our card. So now let's grab some tear and tape. We're going to put our card together. So the basic black piece is going to be the front of our card. So we're going to add tear and tape on these two side panels right here. Okay, so this is the front. And then your pumpkin pie piece slides back in here. So we're going to put the tear and tape on the outside edges right here. Okay, so now we're going to go ahead and peel our backings off. Alright, so now for the first piece, we're going to layer the pumpkin pie piece, and you're going to line this edge up here with your score line. So it's going to fold right into that side panel right there. And then this piece goes over here, just like that. So there's the first part of our diorama box. Now this piece is going to wrap around the whole card. So we're going to take our edge here, line this up with the Whisper White piece right here on this edge. And then this side over here, same thing. Just like that. Isn't that awesome? Oh my gosh, I love it. And it's freestanding, so it stands up by itself. All right, so now it's just a matter of decorating the card. So I went ahead and did all the stamping and coloring of our cute little animals here from the Trick or Tweet stamp set. And I also put one-dimensional on the back side. So depending on where you're putting your little animals, you want to take particular notice on how they're sitting on the card, because you wouldn't want to put dimensionals here if it's going to peek through your diorama box. So I'm just going to go ahead and put my elephant over here on the left. Like that, and then the little bird is going to sit up on his wings of his bat costume. And then the kitty cat is going to sit on the inside, kind of like peeking out through the hole of the diorama box like that. And then our cute little puppy dog, I got that dimensional on the right hand side because he's going to sit over here just like that. And then I also got the bats. I got the two larger bats. And I put a mini dimensional on each of those. Put one over here. And then the other one right here. Okay, and then the greeting is going to sit right down here at the bottom. So we're going to put one dimensional on that. Let me grab one of those. Cute. And then it lays flat either way, and then also sets up by itself. Don't you love it? All right, then I also added some Winkostella. So I'm going to color all the little animals with the Winkostella. Okay, and then I also sprayed the card with my shimmer paint. I've been using this a lot lately in all my videos, I feel like. So you guys know the concoction that I use with that with my champagne mist. I'm going to spray in the air and catch it with my card. Just adds a little bit extra shimmer to the whole card. Isn't that beautiful? All right, now we're going to go ahead and make the envelope. Okay, so we're going to bring in our envelope punch board, and I'm using the Toil and Trouble designer paper. It's double-sided, and we're going to cut this designer paper at 8 1/4 by 8 1/4, and the size envelope is right here at the very bottom. I'm making a 3 1/2 by 6 1/2 inch envelope, so you're going to need an 8 1/4 by 8 1/4 inch piece of designer paper. And the first score line is at 3 1/8. This envelope punch board is amazing. So 3 1/8 along the measurement right here. So we're going to line that up and we're going to punch and then score. Then we're going to turn it. Now we're going to ignore the measurement here at the top. Now we're just going to follow the score lines. We're going to punch and score. Punch, score, punch, and score. Okay, so there's our envelope. All right, so now we're going to go ahead and fold the score lines. I want the pumpkins facing out. Take my bone folder and crease those score lines really nicely. And then we're going to add a little bit of snail. And fold that up. And then this folds down to form your envelope. Okay, so let's grab our card. So we're going to tuck this in. I just being extra careful with the little animals on the front of the card. I could put it backwards. Okay, so there's the envelope. Isn't it cute? I love it. So then the card slides out. And then they just pop it up. Now, one more thing that I did do at the back of the card, which I didn't do on the video today, is I took the Mango Melody Stampin' Blends in the dark, and I colored in the stars on the finished one that I did. I didn't do it in today's video, but I wanted to kind of highlight that. Okay, so then here's the other one. Isn't it cute? So adorable. All right, so that's how you make that diorama box. I'll have all the items listed below, and then don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel so you don't miss any future videos. Okay, thanks for stopping by. We'll see you later. Bye.